An influencer demanded I give up my reserved table at a restaurant because nobodies don't need window seats. My father passed away 3 months ago. Before he died, he made me promise to take my mother back to Rosario's, the little Italian place where he proposed to her 42 years ago. Table 7, right by the window overlooking the garden. I called 6 weeks in advance to reserve that exact table. When I explained why, the woman on the phone got quiet and said she would make sure everything was perfect. I bought my mother a new dress. She hadn't left the house since the funeral. We arrived early and were seated at table 7. My mother touched the window frame and whispered, "He carved our initials right here on our first anniversary." She was smiling for the first time in months. Then I heard heels clicking across the floor like gunshots. "Excuse me, there's been a mistake." I looked up at a woman in a designer dress, holding her phone at an angle that told me she was recording. A man in an expensive blazer stood behind her, looking like he wanted to disappear. "I'm sorry," I said. She gestured at our table like it personally offended her. "This is the window table. I specifically requested the window table. I have 200,000 followers waiting for content from this restaurant, and you're sitting here like you own the place." My mother's smile faded. "We reserved this table weeks ago," I said. "It's a special occasion." The woman laughed. "Special occasion? What, your little birthday dinner, sweetie? I have brand deals that depend on the aesthetic of this exact spot. My content tonight could be worth more than your car." Her boyfriend put his hand on her shoulder. "Tess, let's just take the other table. It's fine." She shoved his hand away without looking at him. "It's not fine, Colton. I told you to handle the reservation, and you clearly failed. Now fix it." He shrank back like she'd slapped him. A young waiter hurried over. "Is everything all right here?" Tess turned to him with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "No, I need this table. These people can move somewhere else. I'm sure they won't mind." The waiter looked at me helplessly. "Sir, would you perhaps consider—" "No," I said. "We're not moving." Tess's face twisted. "Are you serious right now? Do you have any idea what I could do to this restaurant with one post? I could bury this place by morning." My mother reached across the table and held my hand. I could feel her trembling. "Ma'am," I said, keeping my voice steady. "We're here because my father proposed to my mother at this table 42 years ago. He passed away recently. This dinner is for her." Something flickered across Tess's face, then it vanished. "Oh my God! Are you really playing the dead relative card right now? That is so manipulative. Everyone deals with loss. That doesn't mean the whole world stops for your little tragedy." She leaned down toward my mother. "Honey, I'm sure your husband wouldn't want you causing a scene over a chair." My mother's eyes filled with tears. I started to stand, but before I could say anything, a voice cut through the restaurant. "What is happening at my table?" An older woman in a black apron walked toward us. The waiter practically wilted with relief.